Hi, everybody. I'm Peggy Rometo, and this is the weekly wake up. Okay, so back here on the ranch, being grounded and connected to Mother Earth, bringing some of that energy to you guys. I hope that you all can close your eyes and feel this beautiful healing property that is going to support us, right? So wherever we are, there the earth is healing. It is creation, right? It's Mother Earth. She creates. That's what she does. So by us connecting with Mother Earth, it allows us to support us in our own creation. So we have a new moon that just happened. So I'm excited to get into this energy to see what's there for us for this week. So let's do what we're accustomed to doing, closing our eyes, bringing all parts of ourself into our heart, letting go of distractions, slowing down, getting into that heart space, and then dropping that imaginary anchor of white light all the way down into the center of the earth. And then we're going to inhale 3 times, once to the top of the head, hold the breath, and then exhale. At each time we exhale, we let go, dropping further into our heart space, into what I call home, into our body, and just relaxing. Okay? So go ahead and inhale that white light up. Hold it for a count of 3. And then exhale all the way back down the body, all the way down to the center of the earth. And then inhale up again. And then exhale. And then one last time, letting go even farther. Okay, so interesting. So we have this beautiful new moon energy, and it's it's a it's creation, right? New moon wants us, invites us to create with it, to awaken within us our curiosity, our desires, our need for safety, our need for creativity, so that we can create from a safe place. So you can't create on top of fear. I mean, you can, certainly you can. You can create anywhere, anytime, under any conditions. Um, but you really don't want to create on top of fear, because that creates more fear, right? Like energy attracts like energy. So if we're creating with fear, we're going to magnify the fear. So what we want to do is we want to get into a safe space underneath that fear. And so most of you should have gotten there with the breath. If you haven't, make sure that you relax a little further, use your hands, use some heat to sink further into the body, borrow my energy, borrow the energy of the earth, to really allow you to sink into that depth of a place of peace inside of you. And how do you know it's peaceful? It's quiet. Now you can be a witness to the frenetic energy. You can be a witness to the fear. And that means you're safe, because the part that's witnessing is your creator self, that part of yourself that is stronger, that part of yourself that's connected to God, that's timeless, right? That timelessness piece. So you can witness the fear, and that allows you not to be in it. That allows you to sit behind it or underneath it, so you can create now from that place of safety, that place of love. So no matter what it is you're afraid of, or no matter what it is that's touching on you, whether it's irritation or anger or whatever that emotion is that we don't want to magnify, whatever that is, we can get underneath it with just our breath and our awareness and asking for it. Okay, so that's the first piece that we want to create with this week, is that place of stability, and that place of openness, and that place of sacredness inside of ourselves, regardless of what's going on around us. Okay, now from here, all right, so we're all being asked to play this week, play with creation, play with a place of curiosity, and not be afraid to take risk in our own life, risk in our own creation, risk in our business, risk with each other. And risk doesn't mean life or death. Risk means just death to the ego, right? Like ooh, I'm going to call and ask that friend for help, and it could be embarrassing because they could say no to me, right? Or I'm going to ask my partner for this and they might reject me. Or I could ask, my boss if I could create like this and they could fire me, right? So risk is what I mean, death to the ego. I don't mean go out in the streets and and do something that you're going to get yourself arrested. That's not what I'm talking about. Although that may be your path, I don't know. So it's really about your place to create from, and it's about let's see what the energy is for us. Okay. So we're being asked to expand. New moons give us the energy, give us the thrust, give us the push to create that next level. And the retrogrades now are behind us, most of them, right? So and I think Mars is about to go forward if it hasn't already, because there's a lot of energy here that wants to push us up and out. So this is good news. This is an opportunity for us to start moving forward with our own creations, with our own celebrations, with where we're going. I know personally I've created a teaching Get Dialed In program that I've been playing with for the last year with a small group of people, and I'm going to expand it, and I just finished a new website, and so I'm looking forward to expanding all of this. I'm going to be doing a podcast, lots of new things for myself that I'm getting ready to launch, and this is the week that you want to bring that up and out, because the energy is so forceful, and it's really a powerful place to play from and use your energy to create with. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us. I hope you guys can feel this. It's like energetically, my heart just feels like it's whew, like just straight out. So I'm feeling a lot of pressure in the chest and it's pointed outwards. You might also feel it as a flowing up from the earth and just like blowing out nervous energy or constriction. And you can always just use your imagination, like imagine a geyser, right? You've heard of Yellowstone geysers. If you haven't, Google it and you'll see this, just this water. It's like a waterfall, reverse waterfall, like waterfall shooting straight up from the center of the earth. You just imagine that blowing through your body straight up to the heavens, and this dropping down and just blessing everything, crushing the fear, and blessing with whatever it is that you want to create. So, wow, can you guys feel the energy just as I talked about that shift and just really expand? I hope you're becoming more sensitive. Become sensitive just means bring your awareness to something and then you feel it, right? And the more that you bring your awareness to something over and over and over again, it cracks open and then you start to feel. So for those of you that are non-feelers, that are really critical thinkers, stay with it. It's just a practice. Okay, so let's see what else there is. Okay, so there's a celebration of ideas coming through this week, a celebration of community, a celebration of partnership, of ideas, of acceptance, of well being. So, this means that it's time to create community, it's time to create partnership, it's time to set aside differences, it's time to see similarities with each other instead of opposing views. So, you want to reach out and see what's similar about each other. And the energy is asking us, inviting us to do that, to start to reach out and see similarities. And when we start to see similarities, kind of everything else starts to fall away and that starts to build. So when we create through similarities, you're going to likely have more success because you've now got more energy to work with. So there's an opportunity for us to look and see what's similar. So anything that comes up to stop you this week, stop and try and find what's similar between you and the situation, or between you and the individual, or between you and yourself. Try and find that commonality, that common ground, because it's going to be shown to us. And then if we see it, they always say if you spot it, you got it, right? So if you could spot it, now you're connected to it, and that can bring you up and out and create a bridge so that you can create what you want. All right, let's see if there's anything else in store for us this week. Well, I see us kind of like skipping along, and then it does seem like there's something on Thursday that's really curious that some might perceive as an obstacle or something unusual, something that you haven't seen or come across before. It could be in the form of anything from a situation to a person or an individual. But You're being invited into it. You're being invited to go into that with a level of curiosity. So if somebody comes up and tries to like just stop you dead in your tracks, don't be offended. Just get curious. Get curious with them, right? Or if a situation suddenly comes up and it's pushing you backwards, stop and inquire into it. When we bring our energy forward instead of being offended or shrinking, we have more resources, right? Because we're using all of us. So if we can bring ourselves forward to something that stops us, it's like, and you don't have to know how. You don't have to know how to fix it. You don't have to have the brain power to fix it. But when you can become curious about it, you'll be naturally guided as to how to proceed, right? You'll just be guided. Oh, I need XYZ. Oh, I need to call this person. Oh, I need this kind of doctor. I need, now I understand it's a timing thing and it's not now, but it's in 3 months or whatever it is, right? So, but don't, what you're being asked not to do is to shrivel and just give up, right? So this takes a little tenacity. When we create, part of the creation process is, if you think of the cycle of what Mother Earth does, we have spring, summer, winter, and fall, right? Well, not in that order. But so anyway, when you have that process, things die off, things are reborn, things blossom, and then they start to die again, and then it's winter, and it's right. So you have a season. So I don't know where you are in your season. So you're being asked not to retreat, but recognize what is going on here. Okay. So, there's just something that you're being asked to inquire into on Thursday, is what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. So let's see how the rest of the week goes. Anything else in store for us? It's interesting. So it's a good week. So it's really easy that we can all sink into, why bother? What's the point? Or even um, being content. I'm fine. I'm good. As a way to self protect, right? So some people go directly to depression. Some people go even further into suicide. Other people go into just like boredom. Some people call it contentment. But it's just a level of satisfaction that, if you look closely at that level of satisfaction, that there is some sort of mood that it is self-protecting, that you don't want to move forward. And whether it's because you've been taught that love hurts, you've been taught that creation hurts, that you could fail, you're taught that there's risks. And so you're being asked to not be afraid, but to turn over your heart prayer, to turn over your creation and partner with the divine, partner with the feminine, partner with the masculine, partner with God, whatever you call it, the Great Spirit, the Holy Spirit, whatever you call that divine union, you're being asked to partner with, right? So in astrology, even like when I studied Kabbalah, astrology was a map, right? An opportunity to show you, oh, we're trending in winter right now. Oh, we're trending in spring. Oh, right? They're trends that are optimal for moving forward, or optimal for, concealing, optimal, right? Just like wintertime, right? You wouldn't want to go out and plant a crop in winter. So, but that takes you so far. Above that, the goal is always to connect to God. And when you're connected to God, or consciousness, or higher self, or Holy Spirit, whatever you call it, the Great Spirit, whatever you call it, when you're connected to that divine energy, astrology falls away. And that's how you create miracles. That's how you create abundance. That's how, even during a pandemic, you can become successful. Even during a pandemic, you can stay healthy, right? So how do we do that? We connect not to the information at the ego level, not to the external conversation, but to the great divine inside of us. And through that creation, we're led to happiness and joy, and just our fundamental right as humans to enjoy this earth, to enjoy this land, to enjoy our prosperity, to enjoy our abundance, to share and joy with one another. And it requires partnership, right? You can't go sit on a mountain or on a ranch and be by yourself. You can for a short period of time, but you are going to shrink. You are not going to grow. Isolation is death. Okay? Anybody who the 99% of the time, if they're going to commit suicide, they isolate themselves. They go away, they retract. Isolation is not healthy. This is why this social distancing and stuff is a little bit scary for people that don't have a community, for people that don't have that connection inside of themselves with the divine, because they really do feel isolated and really do feel alone. So if you know anybody like that, or you know somebody who is really kind of like teetering back and forth and just really terrified, reach out to them, not to change their mind, but just to let them know they're not alone, right? They just need a face, a hand, a connection, a heart to feel that, so that then from there they can now create in their own environment a feelings of safety, feelings of security. And so it's about allowing where everybody's at, allowing and appreciating where that there are people all around us that are in different places of creating life, and that all are safe, and that all have the right and the ability to create life as they want. So this is a complete circle of love, right? That everybody's creating the way they want to create, and that nobody is wrong. But we do want to bring love to those who are afraid. We do want to bring love and happiness and joy and creativity. And that's what this new moon is about. It's about partnership. It's about unifying. It's about bringing forward, and we can go into the whole Scorpio details and all of that. Like, it can be sharp, it can hurt, it can, I don't, what's the point? We all know this world is harsh. We all know that, right? So what we want to bring to it is the cure. We want to bring to it the level of connection, of having control over what's happening around here, around us, and be able to bring that level of awareness to wherever we go. And when we do that, that provides security. That provides safety inside of us. And that's what this new moon is about. This moon is about giving us an opportunity to co-create with the divine, creating safety inside of us first, and then that will allow us to create our external environment. And this whole week is designed to support us in using our co-creative abilities to co-create. All right, you guys, I'm talking in a circle now. Whenever I talk in a circle, I know that all the information is there and I'm done. So thank you so much for viewing and watching and liking my intuitive weekly wake-ups. And I hope that you guys all take time to slow down, to feel the energy of creation this week, and to ride with it and go with it and trust yourselves. Just trust yourself. Let go, get quiet. And if you don't know, if there's too much in your head, go for a walk, get a breath, go outside, sit under a tree, breathe, Anyway, lots of love to all of you guys. Have a great week creating and enjoying life, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great week, everybody.